So the summer molting marathon continues. I've been watching my Lasiodora itabunae get ready for a molt for the past week. It was digging up. If you look over here, it started doing a bunch of digging, which was kind of odd behavior for it. It hadn't been doing very much digging at all the last year or so. And there's its molt mat, which it threw down 2 days ago, so it took an extra day to molt, but there she is, looking great. See if I can get the light to come on. There we go. She just molted, and I pulled the molt out this morning. It was still a little bit wet, but you can still see the bluish tinge to her legs. I love the color of these guys. There's just, there's nothing really like it. The butt hair's a little less bright red this time, but definitely, if you look on top, a wonderful contrast. And I've been seeing a lot of these guys available on the market now for a couple of years. I think I bought these from Ken probably close to 3 years ago. It was a 2.5 inch, I want to say 2.5 inch, I don't want to lie. It was probably about 2.5 to 3 inch juvenile. And at the time I figured it was probably a male because who's going to have just juveniles of this species laying around that aren't sexed, but it wasn't. It turned out to be a female. And just something to point out, I have many people ask me to ventrally sex their tarantulas. For lack of a better term, I suck at it. And I will say that I know Arachnoboards has a place where you can post up ventral shots. I have to date posted up 3 pictures of ventral shots of various tarantulas. This was, last one I posted was probably about 3 years ago. And in all the cases, everybody said it was a male and they turned out to be female. So for a lot of them, it's just a guess. This was one that I put a picture of. I thought it looked female. I put it up. Everybody's like, nope, you got a male. You got a male. Well, when I sexed the molt, it's definitely a little lady. So love this species. My son Roan absolutely adores it because this is one he did a report on for school. They had to pick an animal that lives in the rainforest, or he picked the itabunae and did a whole report. It might not have been a rainforest. It was something about an animal that, exotic animal. So he picked this one and did a whole thing on it, and it just so happened to have molted when he did his report, so we got to show pictures of it in the process of molting. So kids all loved it. But just to show the molt, here's the molt over here. And if you look, we go diagonally. See if I can get it here. About 6¼ inches or so. So I'm guessing this one's probably pushing 7 inches now. Again, I don't like to exaggerate the size of them, but it's looking pretty good size. So we'll see what happens. Give it probably a week or so to harden up, and then we'll offer it. I'll offer it a cricket. If it looks like it's ready to bite, then he's getting a big, or she's getting a nice big fat dubia, or possibly a hissing cockroach. But there it is, Lasiodora itabunae. Again, if you see these available, they're really, really cheap for a species that you don't see very often. And I kind of find that surprising because I know everybody loves LPs. I have 4 LPs, so much love to the LPs, Lasiodora parahybanas. However, it's just like having a Lasiodora parahyabana, but with just a slightly different look to it. And I think they're attractive in their own way. Husbandry-wise, I know I've done the husbandry videos on these before, but I keep it exactly the same way I keep an LP. When it was smaller, I gave it a moist spot, water dish, and as it got older, I, will overflow the water dish a bit, but it does well in moist, does well in dry. I normally keep them dry on the dry side, and they eat like machines, grow fairly quickly, and temperament-wise, this one's pretty much just stands right out in the open. It's very, very calm. Now, I only have one, so I don't know what other people's do, but very similar to an LP. I just happen to like the look of this one a little bit better. LP fans, please don't kill me. But there it is, Lasiodora itabunae. Beautiful spider. If you see these, I think they were, I want to say they were selling for like 20 bucks for slings. Definitely grab one up. It's a unique looking spider, unique member of the Lasiodora family.